It's a really nice sunny day today, but don't let the sun fool you because it's 26 degrees outside, and normally I don't mind the cold, but today I have a pretty big project to do outside of the ambulance, and this is going to be pretty much the last outside project for now. If you had a chance to watch the previous video where I was talking about this little roof rack that I built above the driver's cab, I finally got the end pieces. They're not cheap, but it looks way better than before. And in that video I also mentioned that I'm gonna be building a big roof rack above the ambulance box. And I finally received my roof rack mounts. Those mounts are from AliExpress. They're about $22 a piece. They're way cheaper than anything I could find here in the US. Shipping is about 2 weeks if you're gonna order them. They don't charge you for shipping, so that's a good thing. I really like them. They're pretty sturdy, well made, and I don't know, we'll see how they're gonna work after a while, after a year maybe of carrying this big heavy roof rack. Besides the roof rack mounts, I also finally got my aluminum. So this is not 80/20, the most popular brand that you can find online. This is a totally different company. Those profiles are in a little bit different size, but I like that you can order pretty much any length and they pre-cut it, they package it very well. As you can see, there's cardboard inside and it's packed in those cardboard corners. Everything's well packed, comes to you pretty much untouched, in a perfect condition. So that's why I like it, and the biggest reason why I like it, it's because it's way cheaper than the 80/20 brand. And now I have to build the roof rack, but my initial plan was to build it on the ground and then pull it up because it's only 60 pounds. But I think I'm just gonna put the pieces on the roof of the ambulance and then I'm gonna start connecting everything over there. But first, if you ever decide to build anything from those aluminum profiles, remember the hardware, everything to connect them is extremely expensive. This is 20 bucks, this is 20 something, this was $3 a piece. So all of this adds up if you're trying to build a big roof rack like this. Recently I also spent some time on organizing my electrical cabinet. As you can see, it's looking kind of better than the last time when I showed you. I have my inverter plugged in, I have all of my batteries connected over here, so it's looking way better than before. I got plenty of room for other devices to be plugged into this little terminal, and I also have room for my solar charge controller, which I didn't buy yet because I was waiting to finish the roof rack and then measure everything, get the solar panels and the solar charge controller. Another thing that changed since you've seen this project last time is that I mounted my diesel heater here in this cabinet on the driver's side. This is gonna be the cabinet where I'm gonna also have my water tank, and that's why I decided to put the diesel heater here, because if you're familiar with those devices, the device by itself gives out a little bit of heat. Usually people mount it inside of their camper just to have that heat inside, but I decided to mount it here with the water tank, so it keeps this cabinet a little bit warmer and maybe the water won't be freezing so much in cold temperatures. And I'm glad I did the diesel heater because it's freezing outside and I'm not planning on being cold. It takes about a minute to start up, and then it should be nice and warm inside as I'm working on the roof rack. So I think I have everything that I need to build my roof rack. I'm gonna start from that side, and as you can tell, those beams are not long enough to cover the whole ambulance because it was cheaper to buy those 2 inch by 1 inch beams, split it in half. The shipping was ridiculous on a very long piece. That's why I did it this way, and I'm just gonna connect it with special connectors, and I hope it's gonna work. I apologize for the noise, but they're cleaning up leaves here in this neighborhood. But I just wanted to show you what I did so far. As you can see, there's 2 beams. Eventually in the future, I'm probably gonna add 1 more, but this is kind of pricey and I'm doing what I have to for now so I can mount my solar panels and other stuff to this roof rack. But as you can see, there's 1 mount right here, and that's where the beam is gonna be, and the second one is right here because I'm gonna also mount a ladder which is gonna be screwed into the roof rack, so I kind of have to support the end on those roof rack mounts. But that's how it looks. This is the half of it, and now it's time to assemble the other half. I have to really watch out when I'm walking on the roof because it's super slippery. Everything was frozen, now it's defrosting, and there's a big puddle here and it's extremely slippery. But I wanted to show you what I'm using to connect the roof rack in the middle. Those are, I don't know what they're called, just aluminum mounts. They have 4 little screws and you slide it in, put the other piece on the other side, and you can connect the roof rack together. So I just finished connecting all the corners. These bars are not screwed in yet, and the roof rack isn't mounted to the mounts. I'm gonna be drilling some holes and then I'm gonna bolt it in, but I just wanted to show you how this looks. And this is the corner in the front. That's how it looks. As you can see, I moved the roof rack a little bit back. It's not exactly in the spot that I want it to be. I might move it slightly forward, maybe like a 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, we'll see. And then I'm gonna screw it into those mounts. But overall, I really like the looks of this ambulance right now. Some people put their solar panels on the roof. They just screw in holes in the roof. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a roof rack, and I'm really happy I decided to build the roof rack this way, because in my last camper van, which was a Ford E350, the extended version, when I was looking at the cost of those roof racks, they were just ridiculous. A simple one was about $1,200, and that wasn't aluminum, that was a steel roof rack, which was super heavy. If you wanted to put a aluminum roof rack on a normal cargo van, that's a cost above $1,000 and up. Depends which brand do you choose. But nobody produces roof racks for ambulances, so that was my only choice. But I like how it looks. It looks very slick in my opinion. Okay guys, I think I'm done. Let me show you what I did and what's the plan for this roof rack in the future. So right now everything's bolted in, mounted together. As you can see, there's a bolt on every roof rack mount. There's gonna be eventually 2, but not today. I'm gonna do it as soon as I'm gonna receive my solar panels. The idea for the solar panels is to put 3 in the front in that section, put 1 solar panel on each side of the roof vent, and this back part, I think I'm gonna add 1 or 2 more crossbars and build like a little deck here in the back, just for extra storage. I might put like a waterproof box or something like this, not sure yet. But I'm also gonna mount those crossbars into the roof rack mounts, but that's gonna be done after I'm gonna have my solar panels, because I'm not 100% sure of the measurements right now, but that's how it looks. And let me show you from the ground how this changed the overall look of this ambulance. And that's how it looks from the ground level. I like how it changed the overall look of this ambulance. As you notice, this is not a stealth camper. I wasn't planning to build a stealth one, but I like how it looks, and the roof rack is gonna be very useful in the future, and also right now when I'm gonna be mounting the solar panels, which should come probably in the next few days. But that's the overall look right now. You can see how the project is changing day by day, video by video. And to answer the question that everyone has in their head, what is the total cost of a roof rack like this? Right now, with the mounts, all the hardware and the aluminum, it's about $630. I'll post the links to everything that I used to build this roof rack under this video. Go check it if you're planning on building your own, or if you just want to check out how much it would be for your ambulance or maybe a cargo van. In my opinion, this is a really good solution. The aluminum roof racks for any camper vans are extremely expensive, but if you put in a little bit of time and buy everything separately, you might save a bunch of money. If I would try to get a roof rack for this ambulance or a cargo van, it would be probably way above $1,000. So in my opinion, 650 bucks for a roof rack that is going to be very useful in this project. It's a really good deal. To insulate my walls, I decided to use this 2-inch pink foam. This is kind of expensive. It's $50 a sheet, but I think I'm gonna be able to finish the whole ambulance with 2 sheets. I already did one side of the camper. As you can see, my frame is built in like a cube section, so I had to cut the insulation into strips and then into little cubes and glue it into the wall. This side is done, and right now I'm gonna be finishing this side. Besides putting this pink foam between the ribs of the framing in the ambulance, I'm gonna use also this styrofoam, because as you can see in my ambulance, there's those aluminum plates that are welded into the frame, and I wouldn't be able to screw in my wall straight to the framing. It wouldn't be just even enough. So I figured out I'm gonna use the framing they built before I started disassembling the ambulance. I'm gonna fill this up with pink foam, and then I'm gonna use this styrofoam to cover the frame and then connect it to the wooden framing, and then I'm gonna cover it with wooden board as my wall. And that's the progress for now. I insulated all of the walls with the 2-inch pink foam. That's how it looks. Some places I used styrofoam because there was like extra aluminum plates behind it, so I couldn't fit the 2-inch foam, so I used styrofoam. I have all of my boxes built. They're not screwed in place yet. I'll start doing it in a minute. So this is pretty much what I'm gonna have to do. This is an original piece from the ambulance. As you can see, they screwed into the aluminum frame a piece of plywood, and then they screwed in the wall, so it's nice and even with the door frame. I'm just gonna have to repeat this on the whole wall. And the last thing I wanted to show you is the progress of insulating the walls. If you remember, I told you at the beginning of this video that I'm gonna have to put extra styrofoam to even up the walls with the framing of those doors from the cabinets. So that's how it looks. I'm missing a few pieces of styrofoam. I'm probably gonna have to go buy it, like a little sheet or something, because there's roughly about 3 or 4 spots that I'm missing, but that's how it looks. And if you're wondering where is the exhaust of the diesel heater, it's right here, because in this area I'm gonna have my little kitchen. There's gonna be a sink and a stove and everything, so I figured it out that this is the best place, and the air is gonna be blowing into the back where the bed is gonna be placed over there. So that's how it looks. I really like how this project is changing, and every day it's looking more and more like a camper van not an ambulance. So I think that's it for today's video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section below. And like I told you, there's a bunch of links under this video. If you're interested in building your own roof rack, go check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.